Welcome to the Xylo Forge. The Patrol.
Chapter 1. Nightwatch. Steve's first night as a security guard at the multi-floor business office was supposed to be routine. He was briefed by his manager, a man with a tired face and a voice that carried the weight of many sleepless nights. "Patrol the lower floors," he instructed, "but never, under any circumstances, go to the top floor." Steve nodded, not fully understanding but too new to question. As the manager walked away, his footsteps echoed down the dimly lit corridor, leaving Steve alone in the vast, silent expanse of the office building. Steve began his rounds, starting from the ground floor. The building was a labyrinth of cubicles, conference rooms, and storage areas, each casting eerie shadows under the flickering fluorescent lights. Every so often he would pause, listening for any sound that might break the monotonous silence. But there was nothing. Just the occasional creak of the building settling or the distant hum of the city outside. As he moved through the floors, his curiosity gnawed at him. But he remembered his manager's stern warning. By the time he reached the 5th floor, Steve's initial nervousness had morphed into a routine boredom. He checked the locks on the doors, ensured the windows were secure, and made notes on his clipboard. The elevator at the end of the hall beckoned him, its doors slightly ajar, a silent invitation to the forbidden upper levels. Steve approached, his heart beating a little faster. He peered inside, half expecting to see something out of the ordinary, but it was just an empty elevator car. He stepped back, reminding himself of his instructions. It was around midnight when he first heard it. A soft, almost imperceptible noise from above. Steve paused, his ears straining in the silence. There it was again, a faint murmur, like a distant conversation carried on the wind. Curiosity piqued. Steve made a decision. He would check the floors below one more time, ensuring everything was in order, and that mysterious sound would be the last thing he investigated before his shift ended. After completing his rounds, he made his way back to the elevator and hit the button for the top floor, but nothing happened. He pressed the button again, then a few more times, as if the rapid rapping on the button would make it work. Steve hit the button just below the top floor and waited impatiently as the elevator made its way up. The doors opened with a ding, and again he tried the button for the top floor, but there was no response. The controls were dead. Undeterred, he exited the elevator, opened the door nearby with the green flickering exit sign above, and took the stairs. With each step echoing ominously in the confined space, Steve finally reached the door to the top floor, but to no surprise, he found it locked. The noises were more apparent now, a mix of whispers, the creak of old wood, and the occasional gust of wind that seemed to come from nowhere. Steve pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door, trying to decipher the sounds. They were unsettling. He couldn't quite place it. It was something unfamiliar, something that didn't quite belong.